Do you even remember me? It has been that long. Hi! How are you? I haven't uploaded in, God, about 5.5 months, but I've decided I'm back. Life has just been so hectic. I have got so much to update you on. I look like a piece of poo, but this is a permanent thing now. This is motherhood, boys and girls. I hope you're all right. Let's start. How are you? I am currently yeah, I've just decided I'm going to do a bit of a weekly vlog, namely because I have been watching like quite a few YouTube vlogs recently of like, oh, a week in the life of a mum with baby similar age to Joey or around that age, whatever, like anything up from newborn to like toddler age. And they all say they're really realistic, and then I watch and I'm like, am I falling apart? Like, is my life actually that bad? Like, have I really not got my beep together? Because I am nowhere near as organised or prepared or as glowing or anything as they are. My house is a tip all of the time. So I just have so much to kind of update you on. I just thought I'd pop on now and kind of introduce the vlog and say hello. I'll update you as we go rather than just kind of sitting down and just chewing your ear off for the next God knows how long, because it has been that long. So just throughout the week I thought I would just update you. But Joey is now 10 months old. He is thriving. He is just beautiful. He is the best thing ever. Like, I cannot believe he's mine. Like, every day he just kind of wakes up, and well, 5 million times a night, but in the morning when he wakes up for the day and he just smiles at me, my heart melts, and I just cannot believe that this is my life. And I'm really just excited to share this kind of chapter with you. But there's so much going on. I have been doing some freelance work over the last couple of months in the IVF sphere, so I'll update you on that a little bit more later on. I have actually now got a few weeks off, so I finish on Wednesday and I am then off work for the rest of the month. I'm kind of regaining some of my maternity leave, which I'm really excited about. I have quit my full-time job. I have decided that I'm not going back to the job that I had pre-Joey. I was about to say pre-treatment, but that's a long time ago now. Yeah, pre-Joey, the freelance work that I'm doing, I am going into permanently now. So like I said, there's a lot to update you on. So I just thought I'd say hello and just kind of see where we're at. But I'm loving life. It's very hectic. If you can hear Joey crying, Marco is at home. He is downstairs. I haven't just left my child crying downstairs. Marco is here. It's Monday. He doesn't work on a Monday, which is great for me. So yeah, just so much to update you on. I'm working now. We're about to go for a dog walk. That's what I do on my lunch break. We go for a nice big family dog walk. And yeah, so hi, I hope you're all right. Welcome back to the madhouse. Joey, it's all blurry. Oh no. There we go. Who's that? Who's that? Is that you? Okay, we like being upside down at the minute. That seems to be Joey's thing at the mo, isn't it? You just want to be upside down all of the time. He's teething, which is not fun. How many teeth have you got? How many teeth have you got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're now cutting tooth number 7. Aren't we? Tooth number 7, and it's not very fun, is it? It's not very fun. He's having a really hard time with this tooth. You waving. Say hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. No, that's 4. 4 fingers, 5 fingers. You got 7 teeth. 7. He's having a really hard time with these ones. The first few haven't been all that bad. I think the 2 front teeth I think hurt the most, but now it's his bottom left incisor, and that is causing him a lot of problems. He doesn't sleep very well anyway, but it seems to have got an awful lot worse. You're constantly pulling at your ear, aren't you? And we are living on Ambisol and Nurofen at the moment, which are absolutely our best friends, but I feel very sorry for him because it's obviously causing him a lot of pain. He usually naps quite well, don't you? You nap quite well during the day usually, but not at the moment. So teething is not fun. 2 out of 10 would not recommend. We've come out for our dog walk, haven't we? Hey? Come out for a dog walk with the grumpy old man and the big red dog. What was that noise? Marco's growling, apparently, taking his role as the grumpy old man very seriously. I'm still baby wearing, as you can see. We've got the Ergo Baby Omni 360 Breeze one, I think it is, because it's got the mesh here. We love it. Like, it is definitely one of my favourite baby purchases. I baby wear it all the time, but we have started wearing forward facing. Not all of the time. I still prefer to have him inwards, but Joey gets quite angry when he's facing inwards and he wants to be faced outwards. And then he's really calm facing this way, whereas inwards he's scratching me, pulling at my hair, he's kind of arching, trying to get out of it. And he just doesn't like it as much, whereas this way, you're very calm, aren't you? You quite like it this way. Are you blowing kisses? That's his new thing. He's learned to go. And it's very, very sweet. Do it again. Are you blowing kisses? No, you're not doing it now. But yeah, he's very happy this way, so this is what we do. I like this carrier. This carrier will hopefully last us until he's a toddler, because you can wear it on your back. So when he's a little bit too big for me front ways, I'll stick him on my back. But yeah, so as it means we can still do all of the countryside walks that are, you know, really off-road. It's great and we love it, so I hope to use it for a long, long time. Good morning. It is Tuesday today. Joey is currently down for his nap and I'm in the process of trying to sort out the absolute mound of washing that I have got on my kitchen island, as you can see. So that is, yeah, that's fun. That's, oh, what's happened here? That's definitely not how you want to be spending your Tuesday mornings, but that's what we're doing. I'm working this afternoon, so I figured I'd try and get as much done this morning while Joey naps. Last night was just a... Sleep just isn't very good in our house at the moment. We're not really sure why. When he was younger, he was sleeping through... He slept through quite quickly. I would say, off the top of my head, from about 6 weeks, he kind of had like 3 wake-ups. Like, he'd wake up at 10, 2, and then 5 AM for a bottle, and then he'd sleep until 7. Which was fine. We were quite happy doing that. We had a really nice routine going. Whereas I think, I can't even remember how old he was now. I think it was just after like, I think it was around 5 months, because I seem to remember us feeling a little bit smug almost that we'd kind of missed this 4-month sleep regression. And then, yeah, so it must have been around that point. Sleep has just been a nightmare ever since, and initially we thought it was like we were waking him up when we went into our bedroom, and that when we moved him into his own bedroom that would stop. We moved him into his bedroom, he must have been about 6.5 months, and nothing has changed. The only difference now is that beforehand we could just kind of roll over and soothe him, whereas now we are physically having to get up and go into his bedroom, and I feel like that actually makes things a little bit worse, because you're kind of, you have to be a lot more awake to go into his room and soothe him than you do kind of just rolling over, patting his back, giving him his dummy, getting him on you. Kind of, it wakes you up a lot more. So that's not fun for us, to be honest, right now. And I don't really know what the answer is. I've said on Instagram quite a few times, like, I don't have any interest in sleep training. I honestly couldn't care less if people choose to do that. Are these my jeans or are these Marco's? These are my jeans. These are very clearly women's jeans, Amber. I just don't really have any interest in sleep training. I have, you know, I couldn't care less if other people wanted to sleep train their children, like, they're their kids, do what you want. But for us, I just don't feel like it's the right route. I don't think either of us are really, I think Marco's a little bit more leaning towards it now that we are so sleep deprived, but I'm just not comfortable with it, and I think while ever I'm not comfortable with it, he's certainly not going to force me into doing it. So that's kind of where we're at now. It's difficult. I think he's been teething constantly since about 4.5 months, and so I think that definitely plays a part. Like, he hasn't had a break, the poor sod. He's now got his 7th tooth, I think I said yesterday, his 7th tooth is now cutting. So he's got the 2 bottom, the 2 top, the 2 top lateral incisors, and now this one's cutting. And this one is by far the worst tooth that we have had in terms of pain and disruption for him. So it's not very nice. It's horrible seeing him in pain. But I don't think that helps because, like I say, we have had nothing but teething from that point. I think he must have had like maybe 2 weeks off where he's not been teething. But otherwise it is just constant. And so I think that plays a big part. Now I think there is part of it that is habit, because he does kind of wake up at 10:30 pretty much on the dot for a bottle, and then he goes back to sleep. We've tried like feeding him more during the day, but he doesn't want it. We very much feed on demand. I don't see how you can force feed a baby, in all honesty, but he doesn't want it, so he's not having it. He's eating quite a lot of solids. Weaning has gone well. It didn't to begin with. Weaning to begin with was an absolute nightmare. He would just scream at the sight of food. He would shudder every time he touched it. We then tried to do puree and he wasn't having any of that. He would again just clamp his mouth shut, so we couldn't spoon feed him even if we wanted to. So until he was about 7 months, he wasn't really interested in food at all. And then it was kind of more closer to, I would say, 8 months that he was actually actively trying most things that we put in front of him. And now he does eat a fair amount 3 times a day, plus his snacks and his milk. So I don't feel like he's not getting enough during the day. I think, you know, the difficulty is that it is biologically normal at this stage. And I think we really do live in a society where people are so, and I know that, you know, the 9 to 5 lifestyle, that people, you know, don't always have the luxury of taking a year off for maternity leave and all the rest of it. I think we do really have a culture where we're kind of desperate for babies to sleep straight away. We're desperate for them to be separate from the mum straight away. You know, you're holding him too much, you don't put him down enough, like he needs to be more independent, all things like that. And I don't like that rhetoric very much. But I think, yeah, I therefore think there's that pressure, and that we forget that it is normal, and we do forget how little they are. So that's where we're at the minute. We're hoping it will improve. Last night he went to bed. He woke up from his nap at about 2 o'clock. Usually he sleeps 1:30 till 2 o'clock until about 3:30, 3:30, because his wake windows tend to be like 3 hours. So it means just before bed. He goes to bed at 7 o'clock, so he'll have 3.5 hours. So yeah, last night he obviously woke up early, so we ended up putting him to bed. We tried to put him to bed at 6:30, and he just wasn't having any of it. He was just so awake, and he was just throwing his dummy at me. He was babbling at me, just did not want to go. For love nor money, would not go to sleep. So I eventually got him to sleep at 8. He woke up at 10:30. He had a bottle. He then slept until maybe 1. He'd woken up just before that, sorry. So he went down at 8, woke up at 9:15. And that was a very quick, just go in, kind of soothe him, and he was back to sleep. Then woke up, yeah, at 10:30 for his bottle. Then woke up again at about 1:15, and then woke up again at, I think, 3 and 4 o'clock. And then at 4 o'clock, we just decided he could come in with us. So it's a lot. It is a lot at the minute. Last night was a good night in comparison to what we've had. You know, like last week, I think on Wednesday we had about 16 wake-ups. Thursday we had about 14. I think Friday we had 16. Saturday we had 12. And then Sunday it dropped right down again to about 6. And it's mad that 6 wake-ups to me is a good night. Co-sleeping, I know a lot of people say like, oh, you know, if you do co-sleep, you should. Like long term, it just isn't the best option for us. It really isn't. There's a lot of different reasons, but he's also a very, very wriggly sleeper now, and we only have like a standard double bed. So it becomes, it's not comfy for neither Marco or I, and I tend to wake up with a really stiff neck when he's been in our bed. Neither of us sleep very well at all. So although we get a little more sleep, it's just not, I don't know, I love it, but it's just not the ideal long term, and Marco doesn't like it, so I think we therefore have to compromise. We haven't got a spare bed because my office is in the spare room, so it's just a case of making do at the minute, I think. But it's hard work, it is a hard slog. And I think what's made it worse is from since Joey was 6.5 months or so, I have been doing some freelance work. So I'd said to you yesterday about the fact that I've got a new job and that I've been working. If you follow me on Instagram, you will already know about all of this, but I had done previously some work alongside a company called Gaia. I'm just going to go let Bruce in. Yeah, so I have been doing kind of for a long time now, for about 2 years, I've been doing some work alongside a company called Gaia. I've been doing some influencer work for them. I've done a guest blog post for them. I've helped them with some research that they do. Like generally, I just think they're a great company. So they are a company that effectively help IVF become more accessible for people in terms of like the financial aspect of it. And I really, really believe in what they do. I love them. And a few months ago, I got an email basically saying that they were looking for somebody to manage their social media, and would I be interested in doing it on a freelance basis for the next kind of 3 months. And anyway, I thought about it a lot. I very nearly didn't do it because I felt like I was kind of giving up my maternity leave somewhat, and you know, this time that I have with Joey, I'm never going to get this time back. I really did think about it, but we decided that actually it was an opportunity that I couldn't really say no to. So I did, and I've been doing that kind of 3 days a week here and there over the last 3 months. I finish tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow is my last day contracted on the freelance basis. But it's actually gone so well that they offered me a permanent role. And I obviously have a full-time job at the moment, so there was a lot to think about. Obviously it would mean, a lot of people asked me when I said that I was leaving my job about my maternity pay, because as you know, or as you may know, if you do receive like the workplace maternity pay, then more often than not, if you leave the job within a certain amount of time after going back, that you will have to pay your maternity leave back. So that is something that I had to consider. I had to consider whether or not that was worth it, and so on and so forth. And I made the decision that I was going to do it. It is more days than I had initially planned on doing. So I was going back to my job 3 days a week, but there was no flexibility with that. Like I had to work set hours, set times. Like there wasn't any room for me to work kind of in the evening if I needed the afternoon off or anything like that. In terms of Joey, it was just not flexible at all. So Joey does start nursery in October. We go on holiday in October. So when we come back, he then starts. So I'm going back on a freelance basis kind of until we're back from our holiday, and then I will start doing 4 days a week. Joey will be in nursery for 3 of those, and Marco doesn't work Monday, so Marco will have him on a Monday. And I'm really excited about it. I think it's a really, really good opportunity for me. It's in the IVF field. It's, you know, about making IVF more accessible, which you all know is something that I'm extremely passionate about. So I'm really looking forward to it. I feel really, really good about it, and I'll be really interested to kind of see where it takes me. So I handed in my notice, gosh, maybe 2-3 weeks ago. One of the questions I did get an awful lot on was how it impacted my maternity pay kind of working. But because I was self-employed, it doesn't make any difference to my maternity pay whatsoever. So I didn't have to consider any of that. But it's been a really good opportunity for me, and I've loved it. And I think, you know, it's not felt like work at all, which is really alien to me. I've loved it. Like, I have genuinely loved it. And I can honestly say there has not been a single day where I have dreaded turning on my laptop, or I've not wanted to go into London or anything. Like, it just doesn't feel like work to me. And I think that therefore is a sign that I needed to do it. And we knew that, you know, despite the fact it is a huge career change, we knew pretty quickly that it was the best decision for our family. So I'm really excited about that. So that's probably my biggest little update for you. But I'm now, like I say, I've now got 3 weeks off. So I'm looking to kind of regain some of my maternity leave somewhat, get that time with Joey back. And even though I will be working kind of throughout September, again, it will still be freelance. So I still get that flexibility, and I still get to kind of spend my last couple of months with Joey before I have a 1-year-old that is going to nursery. I can't believe how quickly the last 10 months have gone, in all honesty. It's terrifying how quickly that has all gone. I know people say it goes quick, but I don't think you quite appreciate how quickly it's gone. Like, I feel like I've blinked and I've gone from having my embryo transfer to having a 10-month-old. And we're kind of at a point now where we're discussing, you know, whether or not we're going to have another transfer, and if we are, what that's going to look like and how we're going to do that, how we're going to pay for that, and, you know, whether we're going to move our embryos, and all things like this are all kind of going through my mind again. And it's crazy. It really is just crazy to me that it has gone so fast. We booked his first birthday party the other day, which again is bizarre because I gave birth to him yesterday. It's going so fast, and I am sorry that I haven't been on YouTube as much as I was hoping. I think, if I'm really honest, I think I totally underestimated how difficult having a child would be. Like, of course, don't get me wrong, I didn't think it would be a walk in the park by any stretch, but I did think that I would have more time than I do have while on maternity leave. I think I definitely thought that he is in a routine, but I definitely thought that, like, I'd be on top of all the housework and I would have home cooked meals every day and all of the rest of it. Like, the dog would have these really beautiful long walks every day, and to be honest, he does. He has wonderful long walks every day, but other than that, I think I honestly thought it would take like maybe 6 months absolute max, and then everything would be back to normal and Joey would have just slotted in, and I was so wrong. I was so very, very wrong. I was horrifically wrong. Did not expect life to be the way it is at all. I thought I would be on top of everything, and I think most days I am just kind of hanging on, in all honesty, by a thread. The work and not having childcare for that at the minute, like I say, so I am kind of working in the morning while Marco's here until Joey's woken up from his nap, and then I'm looking after Joey all afternoon, and then as soon as Marco's home I'm working again. So it's a lot at the minute, and I think that definitely contributes to it. But I think I just wildly underestimated what having a child would look like, and what having a baby would be like. And I love it. Like, I said to Marco last night, actually, while we were eating dinner, and I said, you know, amongst all the chaos and how I don't remember the last time I kind of had an hour to myself where that hour wasn't spent working or cleaning or doing a job. Like, I don't remember the last time I had just time to myself, and it is so chaotic, but I love it, and I wouldn't want my life any other way. Like, I love the chaos. I love, you know, that this season of our lives is the season that we're in, and I think it's great. I really do think it's great, but I'm knackered. And so, like I say, I thought I would be able to film a lot more content. I thought I'd be all over social media. I thought my social media would probably be the most active it had ever been, when actually it completely nosedived and did the total opposite, because I just haven't had the time, or I haven't had the energy. And I think I almost felt some pressure to look a certain way and to be a certain way. And most days you're lucky if I brush my hair, that taking a nice fancy photo for Instagram or something like that just isn't on my radar. Like, it wasn't something that I thought, oh, I need to do. And then the photos people would take of me, I'd be like, oh, look at the state of me. And that's kind of where I ended up. So I'm hoping to get a little bit back into it now. I feel like we're in a little bit more of a routine. I feel like, you know, as I said earlier, I have watched so many YouTube videos over the last kind of few months of like realistic week in the life with a X amount of months old, and it has made me feel like I am falling apart, because my life does not look like that at all. And then when I talk about it on Instagram, people are like, yeah, I feel the same too. Like, that's not realistic. That's not what my life looks like. Like, and almost feel those same pressures. So that, if anything, gave me a little bit of a spur to come back on. So this vlog, I'm sorry, I feel like I have completely lost my touch. So it's all over the place. But I thought it'd be nice to kind of spend a realistic week in the life of somebody with a 10-month-old baby. So that's where we're at. I folded my washing. Oh no, there's another basket there. Okay, now I haven't folded my washing, but Joey is still asleep, so that's good. So it's 11 o'clock, so he's been asleep for an hour and 15 minutes this morning because he woke up late, so his nap was delayed. But yeah, perfect. I'm gonna crack on, carry on doing a little bit of cleaning, and then I might have a cup of coffee. But you know full well, as soon as I boil that kettle, the boy's gonna wake up. You know it. Say hi! Hi! You say hello? This is weird enough, hasn't it? Your top's getting a little bit little, I think. I think we need to get you some bigger tops. You gonna say hello? I've woken up from my nap. He's very mesmerised by the fact that he can see himself in the lens viewer, bless him. And you? Say hello. You gonna stop trying your fingers? Hello. Hello, smush smush. Smush smush. Smush smush. We are currently cooking lunch. So Joey slept until 11:30, which works out quite well because he can go down for his next nap at around 2, half 2. Pretty normally, which should be good. Oh, thank you. So we're cooking dinner at the minute. We're gonna have lunch. We're gonna have air fried salmon, and I'm doing it with some kale, some sweet potato, aren't we? And a boiled egg. And Mummy's gonna have it with some rice and make a bit of a Buddha bowl, I suppose. And you're just gonna have it in your little sections in your little plate, aren't you? He gets very into all kind of like the noises. Like sometimes if he's a bit stressed out, yeah, hi, hi, hi. If he's a little bit stressed out or he's getting a bit upset and we need to cook, we'll just turn the extractor fan on and put him in his high chair, like in front of the extractor fan, because he just loves it. So he will just sit there kind of staring at the fan while we do the cooking around, obviously providing we're not using the hob. But you love it, don't you? You like it in the kitchen? All the funny noises, don't you? You've got fluff on your face. Da da da. Da da da. Ma ma ma. Ow, ow. What about ma 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 ma? Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. He can say it, I'm not lying. Can't you? Ma 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 ma. That's Baba. Mama. Mama. He doesn't look very impressed. What's the matter, Brucey? Do you need to go for a wee-wee? Do you need to go wee-wees? Do you think Brucey needs to go for a wee-wee? Should we let Brucey out? You're not going to say mama, are you? No mama today. Hi, guys. Hi, say hello. Say hello. Oh, what a night. Goodness me. I didn't vlog at all yesterday. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Are you vlogging now? Are you going to say hello, everybody? Come on, you're going to break that. Are you going to say hello, everybody? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Oh, goodness me. We had, I think, the worst night since Joey was a newborn last night. I have had... How much sleep has Mummy had? 2 hours? 2 hours maybe? I went to bed at 10:30 and he woke up very shortly after that. I got him back to sleep and we were just kind of constantly up from 12:30. And then, yeah, about 3:30, you just didn't want to sleep at all, did you? So we were up until 5:30 when he did eventually fall back to sleep. So I did sleep until 7:30. So I have today unfortunately resorted to Miss Rachel. We went for a dog walk this morning. We went for a dog walk this morning and Bruce sliced his tongue open on God knows what. He seems okay now, but he was like bleeding everywhere. I've got blood on my top from where he was like trying to shake it all off. He's now limping. I don't really know how or why, so I'm keeping an eye on him. We've had 3 explosive nappies all before midday. Joey had the chiropractor this morning. He actually had an appointment last week, but he was really upset during the appointment, so we didn't go ahead with the appointment, so I had to take him again today. And now we have come home and I'm honestly just counting down the minutes until nap time. I very rarely just have Miss Rachel on in the background. We kind of let him watch TV maybe like 20 minutes a day. We'll put it on like when we first get up while we're kind of we'll get up, change his nappy, give him breakfast, and then while we're having our coffee and we just need 10 minutes just to come round, we'll stick like In the Night Garden on, or Miss Rachel. They tend to be the only things really that we let him watch. Other than, actually, that's a lie, Paddington Bear I quite like. And what else do we like? What else do we like? Thomas the Tank Engine, but in Italian. We set up the Netflix in Italian. So Marco talks to you, Daddy talks to you in Italian, doesn't he? And so we'll watch that as well. So I'm now just kind of counting down until nap time. I've got some work to do. So I kind of finished work officially yesterday until the beginning of September. The freelance work that I've been doing anyway, the contract's kind of stopped until September, where I've got another month on that. But I've still got a few things that I need to tie up, so I do need to kind of get some work done while he is napping. Otherwise I would absolutely be napping today. No, 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 not the TV stand, darling. Come on. No, we can't be opening that. Good boy. Why don't you come over here? Why don't you come over here? Hey? Why don't you come over here? Should we play with your truck? Should we play with your bin lorry? Beep, 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 beep. It is non-stop, gang. It is non-stop when they are on the move, let me tell you that. So yeah, I can't remember what I was just saying. Yeah, usually I would, well, I say usually, I don't think I've ever had a nap with Joey, maybe once. But today I feel like I really could do with that nap, but I'm not going to be having it, let's say. Let's tell you that. I'm not going to be having it, I'm going to be working. And then this afternoon, I think it's a gorgeous day outside, so I think I might put Joey in our new pram and go for a walk. So when Joey was born, we got the Vinici travel system, which I love. I really love it. It's the Vinici Tinham 2.0 special edition that we have. We love it. But the second half of it, so the bassinet, I adored, like absolutely loved it when he was little, whereas the kind of stroller version I don't love so much, like the harness. Joey's really quite small, he's on the 0.4 centile, and I just don't feel like it really supports him all that much. I feel like it's a bit flimsy, and it's not the comfiest of prams. It is gorgeous, but I just feel like that the second half of it I'm not a massive lover of. I went to an event a couple of months ago with Baby Jogger, and I was really lucky, and we've actually now got gifted one of their travel strollers, which will be amazing for when we go to Greece. We actually used it when we went to London a few weeks ago, and it was brilliant. There is a reel on my TikTok and on my Instagram kind of reviewing that, but we also got their new, it's a limited edition one, and I think it's by Robin, I can't remember the surname, but she's an athlete, and it's a proper jogging pram. Leave Brucey alone. Come on, Brucey doesn't like that. Let go. Good boy. Good boy. Well done, Brucey. Well done. Yeah, and we tried it out yesterday. Bruce went to the groomers, and so I took Joey for a walk around the village, and I tried him in that pram, and it's a proper three-wheeler, kind of bigger one that will last him an awful lot longer, forward facing, and I love it. So I might get him in that this afternoon and take a walk down to the local garden centre. Mightn't we? Hey, Mummy can have a coffee and some cake. I'm really trying not to eat cake at the minute. I'm very much trying to lose weight at the moment, so I'm being very conscious of what I'm eating, but I feel like when you're this tired it's really hard because your body just wants the sugar hit. So I've had scrambled egg today. What's up? What's up? You want to climb on Mama? Should Mama lay down? Where's Mama gone? Where's Mama gone? Come on. Are you going to stand up? Are you going to stand up? No. Hi. Hi. God, the chins on that. That is why I am currently trying to lose the weight. Can Mummy sit up now if you're not going to climb on her? Yes? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, I think I might do that this afternoon. Get some bits from the little butcher bit in there. Get some fresh meat. I don't know. Marco's on his late night tonight. Hey! Have you done another poo? Oh, he has. I just need today to be over already. Should we go change you? Should we go change you? Should we go change you, poo head? Should we go change you? Hey. Yes, I'm going to change him now. I won't take you with me for that. I feel like I can take a little bit of a win from this afternoon. Joey is now asleep, and I think we all need it, to be honest. But I took him upstairs and he's very much still in the stage of being rocked or cuddled to sleep. We really struggle to get him down any other way. He does go down quite quickly when he needs a nap. Like, he is very much in a routine now. He kind of fell into a bit of a natural routine and we just kind of ran with it. So we do have a routine throughout the day. He, like I say, we will usually take him upstairs, get him in his sleep bag, make the room all dark after we've changed his nappy, etc. We play like a lullaby playlist for him when we go to sleep, and then just literally walk up and down the room with him in our arms for maybe like 5 minutes absolute max, and then he's asleep and in his cot. But I took him upstairs, and sometimes when he is kind of bordering overtired, or I think it is just because like he doesn't necessarily want to be rocked to sleep, but he doesn't know how to get to sleep any other way. He's kind of, when you start doing it, he does get very upset. He starts arching his back, like he doesn't want it. But you try and put him in his cot for him to fall asleep independently and just kind of stroke his back or whatever, and he isn't having any of it. But anyway, he was getting quite screamy upstairs just a moment ago. So once he'd kind of calmed down and he was looking like he was ready to go, I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to put you down now. Mainly because he kept kind of like push away from me and this, that and the other, and I thought, oh, I'm just like, I need to put you down. So I put him down. And yeah, he was kind of babbling a little bit, pulling his dummy out and throwing that around. So I walked out the room and I just sat on the stairs. Obviously he was perfectly happy, just chatting away to himself, and 8 minutes later he's fast asleep. No tears, no nothing. He just took himself to sleep. So he was obviously very tired, but maybe that's, you know, a little bit of progress. We've never ever been able to do that before. I think maybe once he's fallen asleep independently in his cot, but I put him down practically asleep. He stirred a little bit and then that was it, he went to sleep. But he must have been maybe 5 months old at this point. I think it was when he first started napping in his big cot. So yeah, not ideal, having to rock him to sleep all the time, but at the same time I don't mind. I speak quite openly on Instagram about the fact that we really aren't willing to sleep train. Like I said about this on Monday when I was talking to you. I'm rocking him to sleep and cuddling him to sleep at the moment. You know, I'm never going to get this time back. I'm going to yawn. Oh, I am so tired. I've started wearing my wrist support again. So I don't know if I mentioned it in one of my earlier vlogs, but I got mother's wrist when Joey was born. It's a form of tendinitis and I had it in my left wrist. And that seemed to kind of clear up by itself. That was fine. But recently, over the last like few months, it's developed in this hand and it's all down my thumb and my wrist. And I think I've actually popped the tendon because I have like a little lump in my wrist and you can kind of see where it's a bit red and a bit horrible. And then it's just got really bad. Like sometimes it's fine and then other times it just takes like a really small movement and you almost hear it pop, and then it's bad again. But today it's like all in my hand. I did it opening Joey's window today. So I've got this on for the time being. I do really need to go to the doctors about it. I'm well aware that I need to go to the doctors about it, as I think, you know, if I'm not careful I'm going to rupture it now. But my doctors are such a pain. I can't tell you how much of a pain they are. They're a nightmare to get through to. My actual doctor's surgery is closed at the moment. The building is practically falling down, so it's closed, and we've all been moved to another one, which is about a 20-minute drive away from where I live, which is a real pain in the backside. And like they are quite good at the doctor's surgery, but it's just impossible to speak to anyone, and I know that all they're going to say is wear a wrist support for X amount of time before they do anything. So that's what I'm going to do, so then at least when I go see them I can say, well, I've been wearing the support and it's not got any better. But another thing is I don't want it to come to a point where I can't take Joey swimming, and I'm just I don't know, I always feel like I'm wasting the NHS's time. Like I go with my head falling off and I'd convince myself that I was wasting my time. Wasting their time, sorry. Anyway, now Joey's down for a nap, I'm going to make myself a coffee because I really need one, and I'm going to crack on with some work. I've got to edit the podcast for tomorrow morning, so I'm hoping he sleeps for about 90 minutes, and then I thought we'd take a walk down to the local garden centre. So yeah, make the most of the nice weather, eh? Here he is, Did you have a nice nap? I think you did. He slept for 2 hours, which was obviously very needed, as this morning he didn't really nap at all, did you? So yeah, very good. I don't think we're going to have time to go to the garden centre though, because it closes in an hour. So by the time I've made his bottle, fed him, we're not going to have time to walk there. I might stick him in the car and drive over there just for something to do, or perhaps just go for a walk, but I don't know, it's also quite warm, so I don't really know if I can be bothered going for a walk, in all honesty. What do you think? What do you think? Should we see how we get on after your bottle? Should we see how we get on? He's always very quiet when he first wakes up, so we'll go make his bottle, and I've just been watching Friends, so while doing work. So we're going to do that. My friend's meant to be coming over tonight, but I have just texted her and said I might need to rain check. I've said I'll let her know, but I'm absolutely exhausted, in all honesty. I feel like my head's about to fall off. Are you watching the telly? Are you trying to watch Rachel and Ross? Hey, are you? Are you? You're definitely your mama's boy. So yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is now, but that's where we are today. Hey, yes, yes. How cute is his little top, by the way? H&M, little t-shirt. I get near enough all of his clothes from H&M. So Joey's still quite small in that he's not even in all of your 3 to 6 months yet, are you? Hey? You're not in all of your 3 to 6 months, you're still very diddy. He's in some of them, but he's predominantly wearing H&M 2 to 4 months. But we are kind of transitioning into the 4 to 6 months at H&M now. They're slightly oversized, but I quite like that. Quite like that look, don't we? Are you trying to get the remote control? He definitely knows the remote control controls the telly. He's very aware of that. Aren't you? He's always like climbing on the sofa trying to grab it. Which is exactly what he's doing right now, and he finds it fascinating that if you press a button the TV comes on. So that's where you're at the minute, isn't it? That's what you've learnt. That's your new skill, other than saying ma 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 ma. Oh, you've turned Friends off now, have you? Thank you. It's okay, it's not like Mama was watching that. It's not like Mama was watching that. She's seen it all before, it's fine. I can't even remember what I was saying now. I don't know, has this happened to anybody else? I feel like since I've had Joey, like while I was pregnant, the baby brain was another level, but I feel like the new mum brain is just a whole different ball game. Like I don't remember anything any of the time. So if my sentences aren't coherent, I sincerely apologise. Don't we? Oh, that was it, his clothes. So yeah, so we've started buying 4 to 6 months in H&M. And I think he looks very, very cute in them, don't you? You look very, very cute in them. Everything else I just buy off Vinted, in all honesty. We don't go new shopping very often anymore, do we? No, you're not in it for very long. He's just so small, bless him. And yeah, you blowing kisses. He's a lovely little thing. Where are you going now? No, that's Daddy's phone charger. And I tell him not to leave that out near enough every morning, and he always does. Hey, doesn't he? Doesn't he? My sunshine boy. Hey, Mama's sunshine boy. Let's get that out your hand. Come on, let's move that. Thank you. Okay. Right, I'm going to go make his bottle now before he starts getting aggy. I feel like that's where we're heading now. Yeah. Hello. Happy Saturday. It's Saturday today, isn't it? Hey, I am really sorry that this vlog has been so sporadic. I am obviously just getting back into the swing of things, and Mummy forgot to take her camera everywhere, didn't she? We'd always get there and then Mummy would go, oh poo, I forgot my camera. We had a better night last night. Joey woke up once, but it was, well, twice. I always kind of count his wake ups from when I go to bed, but from when he went to bed. You went to bed at 7 o'clock, didn't you? Hey? And he woke up once about 45 minutes after he went to sleep, and then he woke up at about 2 AM and he was awake for about an hour and a half, which wasn't very fun, was it? That wasn't very fun for Mama. You've seen Brucey in the garden, haven't you? And now you want to go with Brucey. So yeah, so that wasn't great fun, but it's a better night than we have had for a while, really. His 7th tooth has pretty much cut now, so I think that is going to start making things a little bit better. It's almost due his nap now. We've just come home from a dog walk and had lunch, haven't we? What did we have for lunch? Did you have cream cheese sandwiches and some blueberries and some strawberries? Yeah? And then some tomato crispy pinwheels, didn't you? Yes? He really loves all like the baked crisps from Aldi, like the baby baked ones. So we tend to have them for lunch or for a snack, don't we? At some point. You found my necklace, that's fine, you do that while I talk. So anyway, my sister is on her way over now. She's gonna come and spend the afternoon with us. There's so many flies in my house, I don't know where they've come from. Yeah, my sister's gonna come over. I'm about to put Joey down for his afternoon nap, and so I thought I would just round this vlog off here and just kind of say sorry that it has been so sporadic, but all being well, I will see you next week for another video. I'm gonna be vlogging this week. We've got some time off with Marco. It's my first full week off work since Joey was about 6 months old, so that's good, isn't it? That's good. So we're gonna have lots of fun with Daddy. I'm actually getting tattooed on Tuesday, so it's a fun old week, isn't it? A fun old week. So say thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye. You wanna say bye bye? What are you looking at? Creeps me out when he does this. Say bye bye. Are you gonna say bye bye to the little boy in the camera? Bye-bye. No. Okay. See you next week, everyone.